Hi friends, it's Sandi here. Today I'm sharing this beautiful spring basket card using the new Country Basket Bouquet dies from Simon Says Stamps Beautiful Moments release. This is an Elevate Your Die Cut number 3 video, and today I show you how to take simple colored die cuts and elevate them into beautiful finished cards. It's a super easy card. The Country Basket Bouquet die set really does all the heavy lifting. We're just going to make it super pretty. Today's project uses 3 items from the release, the Country Basket Bouquet die set, and we've also got the double loop bow die set. This bow is absolutely beautiful and big, and we're going to add it to the basket at the end. And then we're going to use one of these 3 pre-printed sentiments. When you take the die set out of the envelope, you'll see it comes on a magnetic sheet. Nothing to cut apart, no tabs. They're all separate dies and ready to use. This basket fits beautifully on an A2 size card, but it's also large enough to work on a 5x7 card if you want to go bigger. So today, let's start with step 1. We're going to create the art piece, and I've already done some die cutting in pretty spring colors, and now we're going to ink blend them and elevate them before we assemble everything. For the basket, I used fog and all these 3 pieces here, and then there's a piece of white behind. For the foliage, I used a combination of Peridot, Rainforest, Bellini, Blush, and Tutu. And here I'm showing you the different dyes that I used, and we're going to be taking these flowers and doing a little bit of ink blending just to add some depth and some shadow to them. When you start with colored cardstock, most of the work is already done. You just add ink in a shade darker, and that creates the shadows and the highlights for the card. So I'm starting with the leaves, and I'm using artichoke and a small blending brush, and you see that I'm just going up and down either of the sides. One side I'm going higher than the other because obviously there's a shadow on one side and not as much on the other. And so we've got 3 of the large leaves, we've got 3 of the stems, and I think I've got 6 or 8 of the small guys. I always like to cut extra. You just never know when you want to, add a little bit of element or something falling out of the basket, that kind of thing. We're going to move on to the basket and the flower centers, and for this I'm using the flannel ink, and all of my inks are from Simon Says Stamps. And you want to only do the top of the basket. You don't want to glue it together first, otherwise that ink is going to go through those little holes that the die made, and it's going to get all over the white, and you're going to lose the effect of the white showing through on the gray. And again, this was cut out of fog. And I have actually linked my blog underneath this video so that you can go over. I have all the cutting instructions and the supply list all available for you over there. These next 2 pieces are the twisted decorative pieces that go at the top and the bottom of the basket. And I'm adding a bit of ink blending to these pieces before attaching them so that the basket appears to have more dimension. And the shorter piece fits at the bottom of the basket, and the longer piece that has the arch in it fits at the top, just like this. Okay? We're also going to do the handle, and I'm adding darker ink at the bottom of both sides of the handle because, of course, there's going to be shadows there from the leaves and the flowers that we're going to be adding and just accentuating the top of it just a tiny little bit as well. Okay, so we have all of our basket pieces ready to go. I'm going to clean up my glass mat, and we're going to move on to the flowers. For the flowers, I'm using sherbet ink, and for the flower centers, I'm back to the flannel. Again, with a small blending brush, you're just going to add an accent down one side. I've kind of chosen that the right-hand side is going to be where my heavier shadow is for all of my flowers and leaves. Okay, and then just a very, very small amount of the flannel ink onto the flower centers. And for these little guys, they overlap each other, so you're going to add a little bit of ink. You got to kind of be careful because these tear apart kind of easily. So I'm kind of showing you one of each one. And now that we have all of the ink blended, we are going to glue these little guys together. And so I'm just going to zoom in here so that you can see a bit better. Tweezers are your friends for this one, and we've got craft glue from Simon Says Stamps. Start by adding a small dab of glue near the bottom on the largest piece, and we're going to add that large center. You want to push it up a tiny little bit, otherwise it's not going to show when you put the overlay piece on. And using tweezers for all these tiny pieces is a really good idea, otherwise you end up with very gunky fingers. And these overlap just like that. And I've got a couple of those. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. We've got this other flower here. Again, a little dab in the center, and then you're going to offset the second piece right over top. And try and line up those petals as much as possible. Another dab of glue, and the large round center for the top of those. And I don't know, I did quite a few of those little guys. Step 2, we're going to put the basket together. So we're going to add some of our craft glue to the back of the fog colored piece. That's the top panel. You also want to go down the center with a little bit just so that it stays nice and flat. We're going to attach these two pieces together. Then add a bit of glue to either side of the handle, and you're going to put the bottom of your basket right over top of that. Next, we're going to add the twisted element overlay, and I am just adding a little bit of glue to the back, again using tweezers. Sorry, I'm out of frame a little bit. I'm zoomed in so much that I keep forgetting to move this to the middle. There we go. Okay, so lining that up across the top of the basket, getting rid of any glue that oozed out, and making sure that your surface is clean before you put stuff back down. Okay, now we're going to do the bottom. It has a slight arch in it, so it does only go comfortably on one way, so just be careful of that. And if you get a big glob of glue like that one, wipe it down with your finger or something to get it off so that it doesn't cause a great big blob when you squeeze that piece of paper on top of the other one. Okay, now we are ready to start decorating our basket. And I like to start with the large leaves. I want to provide a base for my flowers. So I'm going to put glue on the front of these little guys, and I'm going to tuck them in behind on the basket. And I'm going to start with either side, and one's going in front, one is going behind the handle, and then the third one is going to go into the center and pretty much gets buried by the flowers, but it's a good base. Then we're going to take our little stems and we're going to do the same thing. We've got 3 of them. I'm going to put one on either side, and then I think I might save the other one after we get a little bit of the flowers built up. Okay. So that's how I started my base. Clean my fingers off, I got glue everywhere. Now I'm going to start with these 2-layered flowers. Got a couple of those. And I'm putting the glue on the back this time. I'm going to start over here on the left-hand side. And these are the ones that are cut out of tutu, so these are the quite pink ones. I'm going to add this next branch so that I get some elevation right here in the middle. I'm going behind that big flower, or big leaf. Okay, and now I'm going to just go back and forth with the different colors of the flowers and start filling in my basket. Kind of like flower arranging, looking for different places and different ways to add the color. I have 3 different styles of flowers. There are quite a few more in the kit, but I wanted to stick to 3. 2 of the large 2-layered ones, and I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 7 of these guys right here, and then there's a couple of little tiny baby ones. Okay, and just blend your colors around, and then we've got these little sprigs, and I cut these out of the peridot. And these are just going in, I would call them basket fillers if I was doing a flower arrangement. Same with this. Okay, you're just looking for places to add a little bit of greenery or a little bit of fluff. Fill in some holes if you have any, and just kind of build up your bouquet. A lot of these going on the back, but I do come back and tuck a couple in at the end. So I end up with a surplus, and I like to do that because it allows me to do some of my final embellishing. So for now, I'm going to leave this, and we're going to just add a couple more down in this bottom right-hand corner, 2 leaves and a smaller flower. Okay. And I think that's good for now. I need to add my sentiment, and I want to put this on the card base before I get too carried away with anything else. I think it needs a little bit of green over here just to balance it out a little bit. Step number 3, we're going to create the card base. I've got a A2 size top folding white 4 1/4 by 11 score and fold it 5 1/2. And over that I am adding a piece of fog cardstock 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Adding some glue to the back and gluing it down. I like to use the top left hand corner of my score buddy to line everything up. And again, all of the cutting instructions and the supply list are over on my blog, and there is a link in the comments underneath this video to take you over there. Okay, I'm just cleaning my finger off, and look at that. Just jam that into the corner, get it lined up nicely, and then just lay it down. I like to turn it over to the back side and give it a firm little push, just in case I have some dirty fingers. And I'm going to add a card front to this, and this is 3 3/4 by 5, again, a white card. And I'm just going to center this onto my card. And that's going to end up being our card front. You could emboss this if you wanted to. I decided not to because there were so many flowers and lots of texture in the basket that I felt that I really didn't need some embossing on the back of it. So here's a dry fit, just seeing if I like it. I do. Fits beautifully on there. Okay, so we are going to add some glue to the back of this little guy. One thing I really like about this Simon Says Stamps craft glue is it has a matte finish when it dries. So if you do get one of those big blobs of glue that comes squirting out and you wipe it away with your finger, it's not going to be shiny like many of the other glues are. It's going to have a nice matte finish so you don't notice it. Because you know we all make blobs. However, that is also the reason why I embellish last. Okay, let's move on. Step number 4 is the bow, and you may notice when you get this that it is all one piece. You do not cut this apart. Okay, what it gives you is it gives you 4 loops and 2 tails, and it also gives you the knot for the center. So what you can also make this smaller if you want to. Take all of these pieces and you can just use the 2 small pieces if you want to make a small bow, okay, like this, and you can cut the tails to fit. Or, as we're going to do today, we are going to take all 4 of these pieces and glue them together, and we're going to make a nice large bow. So again, you want your glue, line your pieces up. We're going to start with these top 2. I'm just sorting out which way I want to go. Add a little dab just in the center there and overlap. Another dab, and you're going to add the other 2 loops. So you can have them close like that, or you can push them a little bit farther down to make the bow look bigger. You can also cut the bow twice and make a huge, really, really big loopy bowl, which looks really cool. I tried that the other day just to see how big I could get it. Okay, and then we've got the little knot that goes over top of the center and hides all the glue, and you can look at the picture in the packaging to give you directions for that. Okay, step number 5, we are going to do the sentiment. And I like using these pre-printed ones. These are Easter Easy strips, not stripes. And there's also a beautiful friend. And I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to do an Easter card or if I just need to do a spring card. Okay, I decided we're doing an Easter card, and normally I would just get this into my cutter and I would cut it all into strips. Just to save time for the video today, I'm just showing you how I line this up and cut one strip out, and then I'm going to just quickly trim it with my scissors to get rid of some of the extra. Okay, so you can just take your scissors and trim it out. Okay, now we're ready to attach the bow and the sentiment. I've decided my sentiment's going in the bottom left-hand corner. I've got my bow. It's not quite dry yet. It keeps moving around on me, which at this point is a good thing because you should put the tails on first before you put the top of the bow on. Thankfully, I used white glue, so it's quite easy for me to pick that up and move it out of the way. Okay, so line up your tails where you would like them to go. And I'm trying to decide where this one's going to go on this side. going to tuck it in behind some of that greenery. Okay, and then my bow is now attached to my glass mat. There we go. Isn't that a beautiful bow? I just love that thing. I can't wait to do that in colors. Okay, and then we're going to take some foam squares, and I have trimmed off just a tiny, tiny little skinny edge that fits in behind these little small sentiments. See? Use your non-stick scissors for those. And remove the relief paper, and this is going to go down in the bottom left side, just on the basket. Okay, now we're ready to embellish. Step number 6, the final, is embellishing. So we have the leftover flowers, and it's always fun to tuck a few of these in like they've fallen out of the basket, but they're still sitting kind of on the table. It's also your chance to stuff that basket a little bit more if you find that you've got a few bald spots. Maybe add some to the bow, add a little bit of stuffing in there, whatever you like to do. And we're going to add some bling, also part of number 6, embellishing. I love these rhinestones from Simon Says Stamps. They come in a variety of sizes, and I also like to use an odd number. So I like to tuck them up into the foliage, and then always a couple around near the sentiment. So for me, it's either splatter or bling, and today I'm choosing bling. So again, you just want to glue these down. Your place and score embellishment wand works wonders for picking these little guys up because they're really hard to pick up. Okay, and just a little dab glue will do. And then these cool triangle trays make it really easy to pop them back into these cute little glass jars. I love these things. And that's it. That's my finished card using the new Beautiful Moments release from Simon Says Stamps. As I said previously, everything I have used in today's video is linked underneath this video. There's a link over to my blog. You get all the cutting instructions and a supply list of what I've used today. And coming shortly, there are 2 more videos that I think you might enjoy. If you like card making tutorials like this one, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.